Welcome to Film Freaks. This is Justin Llewellyn.
Eddie Williams.
And tonight, Eddie is doing another solo review, and this time he's going to be doing a film that went quite under the radar that we really didn't even know anything about, and that is Bloodline.
Yeah, so Bloodline is a 2019 crime thriller film produced by Bloomhouse, and it actually had a festival release in 2018, but I want to call it 2019 since the general public just recently got this. And it's a film I actually discovered accidentally on YouTube on the trailer part. And this film is directed by a guy named Henry Jacobson, which shit, I don't know anything he's ever done. And it stars Sean William Scott, Dale Dickey, and Kevin Carroll. And this movie follows a guy named Evan, played by Sean William Scott. He's a social worker for kids in crisis, and he's a first-time dad. And he's a guy who's haunted by his dark memories of his childhood abuse. And basically, he struggles to keep his thirst for revenge in check while hearing stories from these teens telling him rough patches they're having with abuse and sexual abuse. And that's basically without spoiling the synopsis of the plot. So basically, like I said, it was a film that went so under the radar, like no one even knows this film exists. It's so under the radar that, I mean, if you don't accidentally see this trailer, you don't even know this movie is already on video. And it went straight, like it just went straight to just blah video or demand. That's basically what it did. And I caught this on my 4K TV, so I decided to rent it and check it out because it looked interesting seeing somebody like Sean William Scott. You know, I love it when actors that are stereotyped in something take a different genre to change. And I was actually pretty interested seeing him become like this Death Wish type killer. And it looked pretty fucking interesting. And upon seeing this film, I will say that it was okay. Wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Get into my pros. I will say that it is incredibly fucking brutal. This film has some of the most uh, detailed, goriest throat slashing I've ever seen in any movie, like ever. I
Oh
mean, this
shit!
movie doesn't hold back on its fucking gore, especially Sean William Scott has some scenes where he just like fucking he takes these people into this house that he killed the first guy in, and basically he uses that as his house, trap house to lure these parents who've done bad shit to these kids, and he interrogates them of the wrongdoings, and if they don't answer his questions, he'll sit there and just fucking stab them in their stomach and just make them fucking beg out of pain. And there's scenes where he's just straight up stabbing, like he goes berserk, where like one guy he's just stabbing him 40 times and his intestines spill out.
Damn.
And then yeah, and there's this one part where he's just sawing this guy's throat, and he's like laughing, like, and the blood's just splattering his face, and he's just smiling like he's went fucking nuts.
Shit, man.
So yeah, it's incredibly fucking brutal, and it actually the opening scene just doesn't hold back. You get this girl who's pretty much butt fucking naked, shows her pussy, her tits and ass, and she's showering, and next you know you see this fucking knife go in her throat, and you see instead of him sawing, you see it being pulled forward, and her throat just tears apart. And basically, these people are pretty much half beheaded halfway.
Wow.
That's how deep he cuts in their throats. Um, and he, like I said, he also deals with some darker past childhood of abuse, which makes more sense to why he kind of goes Charles Bronson a little bit. You know, seeing how society is doing to kids and what he went through as a kid, and you've seen this kind of plot before. And but anyway, Sean William Scott, you know, he did good. I will say that there's a con with his character. With his acting, I did kind of I kind of question him on. Sean William Scott has this smirk he usually does, and you don't really see it because he does comedies mainly. He kind of had that face a little bit in some scenes when it was a serious movie, and I kind of like, eh. They should have maybe said cut and told Sean William Scott, dude, you're smirking. It's supposed to be a serious scene. I don't know if it's the way he looks or the way he's just how it just accidentally shows up. It came up a little bit and kind of stood out a little bit for me. But um, he's got a wife and kid. And then his mother is actually played by Dale Dickey, which if you remember, she's that really old looking woman. I believe she was in like 31. I
She was
believe.
in 30. No, she was in Breaking Bad. She played the methed out woman.
Yeah, yeah, the skink ass skink one, right?
Yeah, that's her.
That one. Yeah, her. I believe she wasn't she also the same woman in the Jeepers Creeper 3?
No, that was Meg Foster.
Okay, I'm her and Meg Foster look alike. So I'm getting her mixed up, but she actually plays Sean William Scott's mother, and she was there's a twist that came out of nowhere, which was pretty good. But he plays the mother, and she plays the mother of Sean William Scott, and she's pretty menacing too. And uh, the visual effects of the movie, it kind of gave me a vibe of watching Drive. If you guys remember Drive with Ryan Gosling, where it has like that Miami-ish look, color but dark, that's what it kind of looked like on the cinematography. In fact, what's even funny is while it looks like it, the scores even sounds like something out of Drive with the whole psychedelic synthesizer score playing, which is kind of
Yeah.
cool. But basically, this feels like a Death Wish movie, and it's very watchable. And it's pretty fucked up that some of these kids go through some pretty fucked up shit. Like one goes through getting raped by her uncle, and the rest of them got pretty shitty lives. And it's kind of cool seeing Sean William Scott taking revenge,
Yeah.
and you do kind of root for him. I mean, this movie makes you root for him. There's no twist or turn saying he's going too far. You do want to see these sons of bitches suffer, and that's basically all I got to say. And now get into my cons. Um, the one thing that really bothers me about this film is the structure. And the first half of the film is him doing all the slaughtering, brutality, and just nonstop insane shit. And then it abruptly ends. And then the second half of the movie is nothing but cops just showing in and out of his house just talking to him. Were you the one that did it? Oh, we got evidence here. And that's basically the whole movie, the rest of the movie. So the second half falls apart because it really doesn't do anything but him being interrogated and talked to. And it does that all the way to the end of the movie. So it feels like, okay, it's perfectly sliced in half. That ain't a good structure.
Yeah, that's
I was
weird.
like, yeah, it's weird. I was like, that's odd. So you took the drama talking build up part at the second half and the straight to kill in the first half? Ooh, that's yeah, because the second half starts to lose. It will lose you. It lost me a little bit interest. And I will say that for a killer like him, you think he's pretty good at what he's doing, but then you start hearing the detective talk, and you realize how fucking stupid of a killer Sean William Scott is. He leaves so many breadcrumbs that I'm like, okay, in real life, they could have connected this thing at the beginning of the movie because there's a thing that really is wrong about how Sean William Scott. He has a thing for stabbing somebody in the stomach and slashing their throats. And there's something that happened in his childhood that kind of led to that, and they find it. I'm pretty sure it doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to say that he did it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's common sense. And he just realized, damn, that he's he's a sloppy ass killer. And then like the detective points out, he goes, it's weird that all the parents uh in your group crisis thing are all dead. Like you get what I'm saying. I mean, you might as well should have just whacked off on them, giving your DNA
Yeah, I got you.
at this point. But the movie tries to be stupid and make the detective feel dumb to a point. Oh, well, give me a call if you ever hear anything. It's like, motherfucker, you already know it's him.
Yeah.
So I had a big problem with that. And that comes to another thing I did have an issue with was could have maybe helped if I get like I like the throat slash and the stab in the stomach, but wouldn't it have probably helped if he did other ways of killing people instead of the same rinse and repeat?
Yeah, because it seems like it was getting repetitive. Like from
It
what
gets repetitive because he literally takes each person to the same place, puts them in the same chair, and fucking does the same stomach stab, does the same throat stab. And then it
damn,
becomes very rinse and repeat.
damn.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all I got to say. It's very basic, it's standardized. It feels like something that you would one day dig in the $5 bin at Walmart and find like, "Ooh, what's this?"
Yeah.
But needless to say, it was kind of cool seeing Sean William Scott do something different. And I kind of
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, because I think the last time he did like a serious type role, not as a killer, but like basically as like a, kind of like a more serious downright role was when he played in Southland Tales, which that movie I did not care. I fucking did not like, but I at least I did like his performance. I thought he was great in it.
Yeah. So, with that being said, it's not a bad film. It's not a good film. It's just a film that blah I saw. It's just pretty standard and average. So, with that being said, I'm gonna give this film a low average Joe in the film freaks meter.
Fair enough. Yeah, I might check it out of curiosity if I had the time, just to kind of see
This is
if,
a movie I will tell you, if you didn't watch or if I missed it, it truly is like one of those Netflix movies that you've never seen before. It's been out 2, 3 years. It's on par with that. You really don't need to must see this. If you have a chance, cool. If you don't, you're not missing anything.
yeah, I hear you. Fair enough. For those of you who have also seen Bloodline, let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. And if you like what you see here, you can feel free to like and subscribe to our channel. And check out some of our other reviews here and our website at filmfreaks.com. We'll be seeing you in our next review. We'll see you later.
Later.